Welcome everybody to the very first Iceberg video on this channel. Hope you're all doing very good. We see on screen here some gameplay my girlfriend and I recorded of Resident Evil 5 just for something to look at, as we go through this existential crisis and dread Iceberg. I also got a new headset for y'all, so hopefully the audio quality will be much better. No more clippy audio, so things like this, voiceover videos are going to be much better. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. Now, we start off at the tip of the iceberg, tier number 1. We start off with the simulation theory. The central point of the simulation theory is that you believe the world around you is real. But that may not be true. You actually could be in a false reality, created by a computer, and your brain is just being stimulated electronically to create false experiences. Nick Bostrom was the man who popularized the simulation argument. The argument is that humanity will inevitably be able to simulate human experience. With the fast advancement of computer technology and AI, we will be able to simulate entire worlds. But if these are true simulations of the world in the simulation would eventually create their own world in a simulation, and so on. This would create a never-ending cycle where every world believes they are real because they can create their own simulations. So the argument is that we could be at any point in this chain. Just out of pure probability, we could be in one. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I always kind of took this theory as a bit of a joke. It's like, oh, you're in the Matrix, whatnot. But I think it's still a kind of fun idea to entertain. And, some people actually believe it. And you could be one of those people, and that's totally fine. Now, we dive deeper, moving further down the iceberg, landing at tier number 2. We are alone. A theory by Arthur C. Clarke, and I quote, "Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe or we are not. Both are equally terrifying." End quote. If we are truly alone, we have to deal with the fact that we are on a floating rock in space, orbiting a star in a void of endless darkness, isolated. Although, if we acknowledge that we are alone in the universe, we have to see the fact that life can be created out of a reality that life formerly didn't exist in. So why would we be alone? Where is everybody else? That begs the question, as Enrico Fermi did in the Fermi paradox. If life can just spontaneously evolve, then just the sheer abundance of planets should give us more life-permitting planets out of probability. Now, if you're interested in space at all, or the Fermi paradox like I am, then you would really like my upcoming video about deep space. It has a very eerie vibe to it. Moving farther down the iceberg, we hit tier number 3. The dual consciousness theory is the idea that there are two consciousnesses that exist simultaneously in one brain. One way this can happen is the result of a surgery called a corpus callosotomy. Your brain is split in two halves. These two sides are connected by a group of fibers called the corpus callosum. These fibers both impede and allow communication between the two hemispheres. A corpus callosotomy is the complete or partial severing of the corpus callosum. This surgery is sometimes performed as a treatment for severe epilepsy. After this surgery, we can see some very odd things. Have you ever heard of the case where in 1908 a woman's left hand would suddenly attack her, having to restrain it with the rest of her body? Suddenly, out of nowhere, her left hand would reach out to her throat, trying to strangle herself. There have been many documented cases of this alien hand syndrome. This is where someone's limb would do something on the contrary to their will, doing things like pouring out a cup of tea they just brewed, or when they're trying to get dressed, one hand may be putting their clothes on, and the other hand may be trying to take them off. This is both interesting and terrifying. If your brain isn't properly communicating with itself, then it makes sense that your limbs would want to do things independently, as if they had a mind of their own. In these corpus callosotomy patients, it's as if there's two consciousnesses in battle with each other in one human brain. If this is the result of two conscious minds, you are only aware of the one that you are using to control your body. But where is the conscious that does want to move your alien hand?
To me, this one is both fascinating and, kind of terrifying at the same time. I know this is being a fairly popular one in media, lots of jokes thrown around about it. I remember being a little kid watching this cartoon. I don't even remember what the hell it was called, but it had the three little pigs in it and whatnot, and the wolves. But this one wolf had the alien hand syndrome with his tail, and his tail kept trying to strangle him, and it was really funny. Just kind of on a side note.
Diving deeper to tier number 4. The past and future exist simultaneously. The common perception of time is the A theory of time, where the present is all that exists, the past is behind us, and the future is yet to arrive. Although, there is also the B theory of time. This theory suggests that the past, present, and future all exist simultaneously. We perceive one angle of this, which is the present. In the B theory, objects and people aren't 3-dimensional, but actually 4-dimensional. Right, left, forwards, backwards, down, up, but also past and future. Like how the version of you 10 minutes ago is just as real and a part of you as the version of yourself in this very moment. Like if you were walking and you can see your right foot, but your left foot is out of view behind you, you can't see your left foot, but it's definitely there. This point of view wrecks things like free will. If the future you already exists, do you really have a say in what it does? We now arrive at the bottom of the iceberg. On tier number 5, we have 2 different theories for you. Quantum immortality. Hugh Everett came up with the many worlds interpretation. This suggests when quantum events occur, every possible outcome happens at the same time, making the universe split in a way into 2 different realities. My favorite example of this is Schrodinger's cat. A quantum event determines if a cat lives or dies, and until you open the box, the cat is both dead and alive at the same time. There are 2 branching realities, one where the cat lives and one that it died. They both actually happen. Just 2 realities that continue on separate from each other. I now have for you the final theory in tier number 5. You cannot die from your perspective. I quote, Hugh Everett firmly believed that his many worlds theory guaranteed him immortality. His consciousness, he argued, is bound at each branch to follow whatever path does not lead to death. He privately discussed quantum suicide, such as to play a high-stakes Russian roulette and survive in the winning branch. Quantum suicide can only ever verify the many worlds theory because in order to prove it false, the person doing the experiment would have to die. So if you keep on living, you could prove the theory true, but you can't prove this experiment to be fake because this would involve you dying first. It also has to be you doing the experiment. You could get someone else to do this experiment and press the button for you, but all you know is that you are in the reality in which they died, but you will have no idea where their consciousness has gone.
Now, this one I found to be extremely interesting on so many levels, just kind of mind-boggling. You know, this one's really fascinating to think about, because if it was true, would you really know when you ever died? Because people in a different version, in the different version of reality, would watch you die right in front of them, and you would just continue on your life with no thought of that, no realization. It was just like a close call event. Like if you've ever had a time in your life where you had maybe a close call with death, maybe in one of those separate realities you actually did die, and people are mourning your life and like mourning your death in that timeline, but you carry on your life without even knowing that you actually died. Now, I would be very interested to hear what you think about the theories I have in the video, what your take on them are, and if you have any favorite theories that you'd like me to add to a Iceberg video like this in the future, or some other kind of video. I also have two other kind of longer form videos like this. I got one about deep space. I think you'd really enjoy that. And one about dream core, weird core, and liminal spaces. Try to make that one really creepy. And I enjoyed making it. So yeah, that should be coming out soon here. And just let me know what you think. I'm not a scientist. Might pronounce things wrong, so just go easy on me, guys. Now, if you did make it this far and you enjoyed the video, throw a like in there, comment if you feel like it, and subscribing would be much appreciated. So thanks, guys. See you in the next one.